Okay? Now we're going to go 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, which is 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. That's just powers of 2. I'll call it plus 2, 2m, but I'll say plus 2. It's different from that pattern, because once we've had this pattern and we've had the mirror of it, which is the polar, the reciprocal of just the mirror, the opposite of it, then it can't have it again. So 2's now do their own thing. They're plus 2, and of course 7's going to be what? It's going to be 7, 5, 3, 1, 8, 6, 4, 2, 9. So 1, 7, 7, 2, 7 is 14 is 5, 3, 7 is 21 is 3, 4 times 7 is 28 is 10 is 1, 7 times 5 is 35 is 8, 42 is 6, 4, 2, 9. It's got to be the exact pattern mirrored. Okay. Because not only is there an energy shooting out of here, but it's a thermal process. This whole thing is a heat sink. Okay? It's a refrigeration system. It's literally a living system. It's hard to believe it. Okay, we have to do 4 and 5. 4, let's do it there. 4, what is it? 8, 3, 7, 2, 6, 1, 5, 9. So that's 4. So here we got to have 5, 1, 6, 2, 7, 3, 8, 4, 9. I just want to show the mirrors. There's a lot I could say on this, but I think I'll not. Let's go to the next thing. I'm going to go to, I'm not going to explain polarity at this time. I'm just going to go to the 3, I'm going to go to the 6, and I'm going to go to the 9. Now, David knows that I've been doing the binary code. But the binary code does not exist. It's a pretty big claim. The minimum amount of parts of anything is 3. Okay? The binary code is revealing that everything is based, that it's really thirds. In fact, if you look at the symbol, it's all triangulated. Okay? So let's take the binary code, look at it as my discrete number pattern. Instead of going 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, I'll go 1, 2, 4, 8. But I'll make 16 a 7, I'll make 32 a 5, and I'm back to 64, which is 10 is 1. I'm just going to look. We know when we have a circle that a 120 degree and a 240 degree is triangulated. So I'm not going to call this a 240 and 120 degree. I'm going to call it a 3 and a 6. It's the same thing, triangulation. And that's all I'm looking at to prove that everything's based on thirds, not twos. So again, I'm looking at not the 120, but I'm going 1 plus 2 plus 0 equals 3, and I'm going 2 plus 4 plus 0 equals 6. I'm just looking at the single digit and keeping it simple. And that is enough information for me to understand the geometry of it, the ratio and the proportion. And looking at the binary code, 1 and 2 is 3, 2 and 4 is 6, 4 and 8 is 12 is 3, 8 and 7 is 15 is 6, 7 and 5 is 12 is 3, 5 and 1 is 6. The binary code is curving and warping like the universe around something invisible. There's an invisible spindle, and it is right here. And this has caused people so much trouble in mathematics. Because when we do things and we get endless non-repeating decimals and we can't do pi, everything in mathematics is an enigma. We think we've solved it because we round off to a decimal place, or we have an approximation. What I discovered is that every mathematical constant is erroneous. Because when you have an endless non-repeating decimal, it is literally forcing you to have a wrench thrown into it to make it impossible to get an answer. That's why there's no front page news that they found an answer to pi, the ratio of the circumference to the diameter, because they'll never have an answer taking it out farther, because it will go out forever farther. And the reason is because that is the answer. It's saying to you that math is so perfect that you can't do something wrong. Okay? So when you get an endless non-repeating decimal, it's like an automatic pilot on an airplane. If you force the throttle down all the way, the computer is going to override and it's going to stabilize the plane because it knows it's operator error. It just won't let you make a mistake. Math is the same way. I hope that analogy is not too abstract. So the 3 and 6 and the 9, I discovered, are a separate base system, a separate dimension, helically woven with the 1, 2, 4, 8, 7, 5. We thought that this was our base 10 system, that it was all one system, and what I discovered, not actually me, but my engineers and me, was that this is a coil, and with every coil you have a field and a flux. It's a field generator coil. And the 3, 9, 6 are in a different dimension and move in a different way and have a whole different reality than the 1, 2, 4, 8, 7, 5. And you never get a 3, 9, 6 from the 1, 2, 4, 8, 7, 5. But the binary code, the 1, 2, 4, 8, 7, 5, is triangulated. So just to finish this up, based on the optical illusion of the duality, 3 and 6 end up in the middle of nowhere. 3 doubled is 6. That's the 3. The yang is the 6, yin and yang. 3 doubled is 6. 6 doubled is 12. 1 and 2 is 3. 12 doubled is 24 is 6. 24 doubled is 48 equals 12 is 3. 48 doubled is 96 equals 15 6. 3 and 6, like male and female, black and white, are a duality that are always oscillating in dance, one or the other. Okay? But the 9 is invisible. It's always there. It's the third part, and it's actually the control. Because when 9's positive, 3 and 6 are both negative. When 9's negative, 3 and 6 are both positive, and I haven't added the feature of polarity to this yet. But the third part of the yin and yang is the boundary condition. Looks like an S-curve. And what this math does, what our decimal system does, is too much to go into next, which is harmonic shears, which is the grain of everything. Like wood has a grain, and it's called the underpinning geometry of the universe. And with this, understanding what we already have had and what we've already known, you could figure out every secret in the universe.